Boxing has always been a theater of extremes.
Sit down quick, Joe!
From champions and charlatans to poets and pretenders.
I walk this earth like a god.
But sometimes the most unforgettable character in the room isn't the one throwing punches. He's a man holding a microphone, dressed like some sort of rock and roll sex icon, talking like he's part of the main event. Loved by some, ridiculed by many, but impossible to ignore. This is the story of boxing's most outrageous journalist.
Who's the reporter with the glasses and the long hair? You know, this is not about looking cool. This is not about, oh, I'm cool, I wear this. You know, you're a journalist, do your job.
Gareth Davies.
Gareth Davies, okay? Put it on him. He has a duty of care for the fighters.
Go do one, yeah?
A lot of journalists these days are so-called journalists.
You ask the likes of the Gad, Gareth Davies, what the atmosphere is like, and you'll say, oh yeah, it's all right, it's fine, I love it out here. Of course you do, you're on the payroll. You're on the payroll.
Every day I go on the feed and it's Umar Coogan with Gareth. How much are you paying them to feature you every damn day on IFL TV, all right? Enough. Who's asking for your opinion on any of this, Gareth, all right? Looking like 1984 Michael Jackson.
Hang on, let me just laugh out loud at that, because that is really fucking fun.
I was always a rebel, unfortunately. The first thing I saw was a one-legged Chinaman.
Long before the jaw-dropping remarks and brazen wardrobe choices, Gareth A. Davies was something very different. Before embarking on the career we know him for today, Gareth describes an insightful year-round trip he'd undertaken to China.
I went to China for a year and lived in Beijing, kind of had my year of living dangerously.
Under the watchful eye of his father, a man deeply embedded to British Foreign Service circles, Gareth was being steered towards a life of diplomacy, military service, and even, the Hong Kong police.
I'd always wanted to go to China because I was interested in energy, qi. So Dad was trying to groom me to join the Foreign Office or go on a short service commission or join the Hong Kong police.
By his own admission, he spent his time teaching English to diplomats, as well as peddling propaganda for the CCP-funded People's newspaper.
Did a bit of commercial spying, but I'll leave that there.
Now, whether that meant harmless market research, casual information gathering, or Gareth imagining himself as a sort of James Bond Lothario figure, we may never truly know. But one thing is certain, Gareth was already orbiting powerful rooms, important people, and environments where access meant everything. A fitting rehearsal for the career that awaited him back home.
I've always been driven by this fucking fierce energy. I can't help it. By my late 20s, I probably cracked it.
By the late 90s, Gareth had landed a correspondent role at The Telegraph, one of Britain's most established newspapers, educated, articulate, and fearless on what he covered.
I don't really feel a lot of fear, if I'm honest.
Championing the likes of UFC and MMA before it received mainstream adoption. A lone hardcore aficionado, quietly covering the ongoings of the sport within the authority of legacy media.
It's about the fighters at the end of the day. It's about them, not about us.
Back then, Gareth wasn't the story. He was there to tell it.
Even though sometimes it is about us.
But boxing was changing. And so was the media that surrounded it. The new media formats forged a paradigm shift in how boxing coverage was reported to the masses. Integrity came second to how well you could market yourself, spawning a generation of lapdog media outlets competing within a glaze economy in exchange for access to the inner sanctum.
Delicious.
This promoter-linked access and narrative trade was conceived through one lackey with a camera, stumbling his way into the crosshairs of his eventual arbiter of relevance.
Ever since day one.
And he discovered something intoxicating.
It's no secret.
That proximity pays dividends.
Sorting our hotels out.
One thing had become abundantly clear.
I was paid.
Dignified reporting was simply a futile endeavor. Instead of holding the likes of corrupt fat cats to account or interrogating those consuming ungodly amounts of eggs, the media's focus shifted solely on pandering to the establishment. Given the potential payoff, low costs and minimal effort, becoming part of the PR machine was irresistible.
Somebody please explain to me what the hell that's all about.
Just that idiot licking his nuts again.
This access coalition swarmed every boxing function, all scrambling to secure an APSS. an access-preserving sycophant session. Cleared, titled, uploaded, monetized. And on it went. More and more grifters enlisted the ranks, censoring themselves to ascend the rungs of the hierarchy, in hopes that one day their masters will graciously endorse them and pluck them from obscurity. Deference became currency. Dissent carried a cost. The hierarchy rewarded alignment and quietly sidelined divergence. This ultimately kept the herd in line, bound together in fear and loyalty to their masters.
Leave it alone, man. It ain't none of my business, ain't none of yours. I got a job now, and I plan on keeping it. You better start doing the same.
The end game, you ask? Well, it's fairly simple, actually. Uniformity. A landscape governed by sanctioned hosts, imposed by linguistic limits. Approved angles, approved tones, approved conclusions. Not debate, choreography. Not analysis, reinforcement. Until all that remains is a grey, recycled echo chamber.
I've got a shout out Matchu.
Rehashed talking points.
Tell us about the tattoos.
Absent accountability.
We saying about the fit fellas?
Commentary without consequence.
Me and Edward are doing an interview. That would be nice.
You still don't get it, do you, boys? They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want. And they're gonna let us have it good if we just help them. They're gonna leave us alone. Let us make some money. You can have a little taste of that good life, too. Now, I know you want it. Hell, everybody does. We all sell out every day. Might as well be on the winning team.
I don't think anyone's gonna fit this boxing.
Anyway, and so it began. The new orthodoxy gave birth to a pandemic that boxing never quite recovered from. But similar to how a cockroach thrives within the harshest of environments, Gareth adapted fast, gate-crashing every platform imaginable.
He's got in all my interviews now.
I feel really bad about this, and I'm not just trying to bomb your interview, but potentially
quick while you have a chance.
A bit insecure, he's going to crash another interview. You can't believe this gate crashing going on here. It's ridiculous. Touch your hair as well.
As his presence grew, so did his confidence.
This is very homoerotic.
And with that, meant more lowball questions.
You've got massive tattoos on your legs. Tell us about the tattoos. Oh, there we go.
He just loves tattoos.
Wow.
Okay, well.
Hands where we can see them, Gareth.
Ready to let them brownies go.
Fat shaming, the cholesterol challenged.
Dan, John Duck says, Gareth, please encourage Dan to lose some weight for the good of his health. No, John, I love every acre of it.
Oh my.
You meant to laugh there, Dan.
Gareth had discovered the recipe for success. To appoint industry legends that once spoke out.
If you're talking about my involvement in Saudi, I'm not interested. It's not for debate, the atmosphere.
Became cheap imitators.
The atmosphere on the night, I've really enjoyed it.
Turkey Al-Sheikh invited him out there and he was like, oh yes, Your Excellency.
I've been invited out to the last fight.
He was like, oh yeah, the atmosphere is fantastic, I don't see the problem.
The production, the arena, the atmosphere, really enjoyed it. Stand corrected straight away.
I'm the only one who will tell the truth and who addresses it. Anybody else who's asked questions, they're just shit scared of losing the media accreditation.
What's your favourite tattoo on your body?
Tell us about the tattoos.
What's with all the fucking tattoos?
Interesting, yeah, especially in the mind, yeah.
Gareth had no bounds, but managed to tap into something he'd been yearning for his whole career. He'd transitioned into a poster boy for the endless herd of charlatans willing to bend the knee in exchange for lucrative platforms and access. A case study into the new industry standard for how initiates coming through the conveyor belt all had to acquiesce in order to make their fame and fortune.
So you're not a journalist, what are you?
Puppet holding microphone.
Honestly, you're posting pictures on private jets, you're posting pictures like at a hotel on the lake with like the rub head emoji and it's like, I mean, I'm funding your lifestyle.
Yeah, which I appreciate. Well, I'll tell you what you do get out of it.
You get good PR. You get good PR out of it.
Reaching depth so low, even those on the receiving end of a good old-fashioned sloppy glazing often couldn't handle it.
Both a formidable puncher, 1-8 over.
He's a better fighter now than when you are as well, but he's a better fighter now than...
Shut up.
What's the pink?
Shut up.
Poor bastard.
Hey, Gareth, I gotta ask you a question. Where are you now?
I'm in the Wembley Hilton.
Oh no.
Okay. You're in England, right?
I am.
Right, and it's evening, right?
Don't do it.
It's 10 o'clock, yeah.
What are you wearing the fucking sunglasses for?
He's been dug out by Bob. Oh, Bob.
Like it or loathe it, the Gad's reputation was sealed. He had helped pioneer a new generation of journalism.
Being a pioneering journalist has always motivated me.
His demeanor grew louder, his appearances more theatrical, his presence increasingly unavoidable.
Well, I'm sorry for interrupting.
A journalist who once reported boxing began performing it. He spoke like a rebel and dressed like a rock star, but behind the image, the critics began to notice the contradiction.
I'm an old hack.
A journalist that took the oath to cover the sport with integrity had sold out to become the ultimate company man.
He sold his soul for a shot at fame. Catchphrase and wig and the jokes are lame. He's got no style, he's got no grace. He's banal and facile, he's a fat waste of space. Yeah. Everybody sing that last line.
You really are going at it here.
It could be said a lot of criticism for Gareth was unfair. Simply detractors comprised of haters in the terminally online, angered by a man with unshakable confidence and charisma.
I gotta call you out over calling me a lesbian online.
You walk like a lesbian, you talk like a lesbian, you look like a lesbian, so you're a lesbian?
I'm not bothered by it at all.
However, others believed his thirst for stardom had evidently overtaken the craft.
It's about the fighters at the end of the day. It's about them, not about us. It's about them.
Even though sometimes it is about us.
That objectivity had given way to access. The incessant pandering, praising, never truly challenging was the price of staying inside boxing's inner circle.
Do you ever get the fear that you won't be on the payroll on something if you didn't pick the right boxer? Because that must come into the mind.
But suppose you took a moment to see things through those tinted glasses yourself. It's a day like any other. You've clocked off and blown out some steam at the usual backstreet masseuse in Soho, and now it's time to hit those choppy waters. Just you and your trusty paddleboard as companion as you navigate deep into the vast blue. You've set a personal record. Subsequently pause and take a rest. And in that moment of solitude, as the abyss stares back at you, the contents within the deepest, darkest recesses of the mind come flooding back in an instant.
You walk like a lesbian, you talk like a lesbian, you look like a lesbian, so you're a lesbian?
Do you ever get the fear that you won't be on the payroll on something? That must come into the mind.
Doesn't understand me.
You're on the payroll.
A lot of journalists these days, or so-called journalists, just turn up and don't want to upset the apple cart.
Accompany me. He's lying about me.
Gav needs to wake up and realise everybody thinks he's an absolute tit.
Do you ever wonder why you are who you are? Ever just look around and think, how did I get here? What am I even doing? Say, for instance, your life comprised of an inexplicable combination of events and factors that lead you to attain your dream career. Only to when you get there, you find yourself asking why you aspired for it in the first place.
Vaginas.
Because the career was never the destination.
Absolutely had it off, really.
It was the vehicle. A vehicle to find what you were really yearning for. A pass to rooms you could only dream of entering.
I don't think I'll ever get bored of looking at that little badge.
A seat beside champions. A voice among giants. Journalism at its core is meant to be invisible. A reporter observes, questions, challenges. But you were chasing a different feeling. To be seen, to be known, to be part of the theatre you'd spent a lifetime watching from the outside.
Oh, that's all I ever wanted.
What seemed on the surface to be a harmless eccentric, living out some sort of missed youth or childhood fantasy,
there you go,
was actually a calculated endeavour. One would assume an inability to deliver informative takes, technical analysis, or engaging input would scupper career opportunities.
I'm not so sure.
But you did it, exemplifying what devotion to the tenets of this new era of journalism can offer in return. Every outlandish comparison.
Watch out for Ebony Bridges and Muhammad Ali for women's boxing.
The brow-raising questions.
Do you shower in your dressing room? Do you have a shower on the day of a fight or not?
Or do you care? Good luck tonight, bud.
You played the game, and you played it well.
Absolutely had it off, really.
Chasing relevance in the attention economy, where being noticed mattered more than being respected. Just another whose career became less about journalism and more about preservation.
A man with the physique of an Adonis and the footwork of a phantom.
What's the gag about Dan and Donuts? There isn't one.
Gareth A. Davies didn't just survive the transition to new media, he embodied it. Where journalism once prized distance and skepticism, the new era rewards compliance, proximity, and promoting the narrative. Not the antagonist, not the truth teller, but the ever-present companion to boxing's elite, outrageous on the surface, but always safely within the fold. The truth is, Gareth A. Davies isn't the problem, he's a symptom of it. Boxing needs characters, it always has. But in a sport where access is currency, where being critical can mean disappearing from the screen, journalism isn't just compromised, it's non-existent. And what we're left with aren't watchdogs, but companions, not challengers, but cheerleaders. Gareth A. Davies didn't create this system, he simply learned to thrive inside it. Boxing doesn't just need spokesmen, acolytes, and henchmen, it needs critics, crusaders, and coverage willing to risk access for honesty. Because without it, the loudest voice in the room is rarely the one telling the truth.